AI is already making some of the most important decisions in our world, so I let it take control of my old school RuneScape account. Every step of my progression is chosen by AI, and if it makes a bad call, the account pays the price. So let's see what it tells me to do this week on Gemini Lock. Welcome to Wintertodt, probably my favorite scaling boss in the entire game. We're going to hop right into the action this week, and to avoid the slow starts to the videos, we are going to be revealing tasks at the end of each episode. So stay tuned to the end of the episode for next week's tasks. But for this week, we have 10 kills at Wintertodt, which we're working on right now, 30 smithing, the Lost Tribe quest, 5 sailing trips to Musa Point, and then we're headed back to the agility pyramid for 5 more laps around that. Hopefully it goes well. Let's see how it goes this week. We just finished our 10 kills at Wintertodt, and we have 27 opportunities at the rewards cart. So obviously the big things that we want to go for, anything pyromancer, the boots, the garb, the hood, the gloves, the robe, are all 1 in 150. Same with the Bruma torch, and the Tome of Fire I think is 1 in 1000. And then you have the Phoenix pet, which is 1 in 5000. And the Dragon Axe, I don't even know the drop rate on that. I think it's insane though. So let's see what we get. It would be absolutely insane if we got anything remotely cool. So we got some seeds, mahogany seeds, banana tree seeds, coal, sapphire, 5k gold, another 3k gold, some sardines, emeralds, mithril ore, mahogany logs, more sapphires, more gold, willow logs, more seeds, more logs, Harrimans, raw trout, not looking good. Although the 17k GP is actually not terrible. When there it is. So all in all, not a terrible haul from Wintertodt. About 39k, 40k GP, 17, almost 18 coming from gold itself. Not terrible, but not great either. So I just had a quick talk with Gemini about our next task, which is 30 smithing, and it sent us to the Sleeping Giants quest. Now this 30 smithing grind is all about getting us ready for the Prying Times quest for sailing, which unlocks some different benefits that I'm not 100% sure on. But we have to make this sword. It's an introduction to the Giants Foundry, should be solid XP and a pretty quick task. And when it's all said and done, we should be about 31 smithing, not 30. Finishing up our sword now, we just have to turn it in and end the quest. We get a quest point, we get access to the Giants Foundry, but most importantly, we get our task for the week done. There's 6,000 smithing XP. I'm curious to see what level we get, and it's gonna be level 33. So we're all set up for the Lost Tribe here, and I realized that you need to complete 2 other quests in order to do the Lost Tribe. So we have the Goblin Diplomacy quest and the Rune Mysteries quest that we need to do. So I guess we're gonna get some questing done this week. This is gonna be 4 total quests in 1 week. Not terrible from Gemini. And there is Rune Mysteries completed. Obviously access to the Rune Essence Mines. Let's go on to Goblin Diplomacy now. Alright, we solved the great Goblin debate for armor color. We got our Goblin Diplomacy quest done, and basically nothing else. 5 quest points is nice though. Finally getting started on the Lost Tribe quest. The biggest benefit of this quest is obviously the Dortian crossbow, which is a great early ranged option with very cheap ammunition. So I'm really looking forward to getting this quest done and starting our ranged journey. all this walking in these early quests, at least this one will be worth it for the Dorgashun crossbow, but without access to teleports and all that, it's a pain in the butt walking across the continent 15 times to get a quest done. All these quests, and I haven't done the cook's assistant yet. And there we go. There's the Lost Tribe done. 1 quest point, 3k mining XP, Ring of Life, and then access to the Dorgashun mine. Now, all it said, I think, was to complete the quest, but it said to complete the quest in order to get the crossbow. I'm not sure whether or not I'm supposed to actually go get the crossbow now or not. Yeah, we're just going to buy the crossbow now. Gemini's basically told us to do it. The whole point of the quest was to get the crossbow. So, crossbows purchased, ammunition's purchased, Gemini Lock is set up for ranged. I'm hoping that we start our ranged grind very soon, but obviously it's not up to me. It's time to get back on the sailing grind. We have 5 sailing trips to Musa Point. It's not that far of a sail from Port Sarim, so it should go pretty quick and it should be decent XP. The Sad Dagger is back at sea. So far, I've really been enjoying the sailing skill as a whole. It's pretty simple. It's kind of AFK. I can kind of just sit back and read a book or watch a YouTube video while I get some passive sailing XP. Here's task number 1 getting turned in at Musa Point for a nice little XP drop. We just turned in our 2nd sailing task at Musa Point for 12 sailing. These tasks are going by pretty quickly, so I wouldn't expect to be spending too much time sailing around this week. And here is task number 3 getting turned in. Only 2 more tasks to go. And task number 4 getting turned in right now. Getting some decent XP on these, I guess. Here is the end of our sailing grind with our 5th Musa Point task. We got up to level 14 sailing between this and charting, but now it is time to head back to the desert for the agility pyramid. It is an absolutely horrible feeling to be walking back to this pyramid for a 2nd week in a row after what we went through last week. When it's all said and done, it wasn't terrible. It was only 5 laps, but we have another 5 laps to go now. And I'm thinking it'll go a little bit better this time. Our agility level is obviously higher. And at the very least, we'll get 50k gold and we'll get some more agility XP. Let's see how this goes. And there's 40 agility. The fail rate isn't nearly as bad as last week. We're still struggling a bit, but nothing too terrible. And of course, I go to record a clip of us making it to the top of the pyramid, and I immediately fall down off the 4th level on the last jump of the lap. But we're making it back to the 4th level. Let's see if we can make it over these last couple jumps. The fail rate, like I said, is not terrible. I don't think we'll be here nearly as long as we were last week. Last jump coming up right here. Alright, we made it. So we're going to make it to the top of the pyramid, get our first lap done. There we are. Pyramid top grabbed. And then we just have 2 more jumps to complete the lap. And it's important to remember that we are told that we need 5 completed laps. And there we go again, falling down. We need 5 laps, and the lap doesn't reset until we go through that final doorway. And even if we fall all the way to the bottom, the pyramid top doesn't reset until we make it through the door, and then it resets. And just as I say that, we take a death on the account. Well, not a death, the Ring of Life triggered for us. So we're back at Lumbridge with 1 HP and our entire inventory. I don't even know how I died. I guess I just wasn't paying attention enough. I didn't even get the clip. But let's get back to the pyramid and back to it. Alright, and we finally made it back to the top of the pyramid. But of course, the lap had not yet reset. So we have to reset the lap, and we're going to do it right now. Enter the doorway. Pops us back down to the bottom of the pyramid. But that's only 1 lap completed. And now we can start trying for our 2nd agility pyramid lap and another 10k gold. And we just completed the last jump of the lap. So we just need to climb to this next level and we'll get our second pyramid top. And then it's just a matter of getting around this pyramid. This should be an agility level. So yeah, that'll be 41 agility, and we just have to make this jump. Nice. There's top number 3. We also got a couple emeralds from a random event, and we make the jump again. Fantastic. Here's level 42 agility, hopefully the last level of this little grind. I missed the clip on the 4th agility pyramid top, so this is going to be number 5 that we're turning in right now, and it's going to be a task completed. Not nearly as bad as last week, and we are done for the week again. So I'm interested to see what Gemini has for us next, and we're going to find out in this next clip. Week 4 is in the books, and we have now our tasks for week 5. Something to look forward to. Gemini has said we are out of the poverty stage of the account after upgrading our smithing, upgrading our sailing, and now we're into the Explorer's Foundation, as it put it. Looks like we are completing the Prying Times quest, which is unlocking salvaging for sailing, which is apparently some good XP. Then we have the Natural History Museum quiz, which will jumpstart our Hunter and Slayer, 2 skills that we have not yet even touched. Then we are doing range levels 1 to 25, either fighting seagulls or sand crabs. We'll probably do the sand crabs. And then next we have the Sea Salt Gardener, working on some farming and getting some farming levels as well. And then the Home Improvement Hour, we're doing some construction and building oak ladders. So that'll be interesting. Looks like Gemini has given us a shopping list as well, some house supplies, some ranged gear and whatnot, sailing, and then an account status check. We won't have any level 1 skills at the end of next week, which is fantastic. Thank you for joining me this week. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope that you guys come back soon. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more weekly videos.